So today I got you all covered with the new Call of Duty updates because there was some changes made yesterday that you might have missed. In regard to the hit list event, some stability fixes which Call of Duty kind of went in depth with, Citadel more for zombie changes, and they also addressed some performance issues globally. But in today's patch note, we will be going over some huge changes to multiplayer XP, some lighting changes for Resurgence, but I don't want to hold y'all no longer. Let's dive in. So yesterday they addressed the hit list event because there were a lot of players not receiving their rewards because they were not logged in before the event had ended. So Call of Duty did go ahead and mention that the community rewards have been retroactively granted to those who participated in the hit list event, which y'all know they're gonna be keeping track of that. But keep in mind that wherever you last progressed at, for the personal rewards, you will only receive what you have done because that was a personal goal that needed to be done by you. So do keep that in mind though. Now moving along, and for the first time, they do give a bit of in-depth stability fixes instead of them saying various stability improvement. They go on to say that they have resolved some cases that could result in mismatched player animations between the client and server, targeting Warzone, high player count for multiplayer matches, and for zombies. And they also resolved a visual bug for some cases where blood effects could appear where shots did not connect with their intended target, which we know that was like, it was a matter of knowing that how that effect was, it was mad crazy. They also say we will remain committed to tracking and investigating reports from the community. Studio teams are always monitoring report issues and continue to prioritize optimization of our infrastructures to ensure the best experience for all players. Now, I will say, and a lot of the COD community feel that Call of Duty was trying to pull a wool over our eyes or gaslighting us by originally saying there wasn't anything wrong in regards to the blood effect, and so forth and so on. There are a few clips out there that shows enemies getting shot, but there wasn't any blood effect that appeared at all. But on top of that, when you were able to see the blood effect on your end, you dealing damage, but from your opponent POV, it's like there wasn't too much of any damage happening. But I'm gonna let them breathe. They did say they fixed this visual bug, so we shall see. Now, moving along to zombies, they addressed quite a few things, with one of them saying they addressed the issue where excessive amount of enemies could spawn during the Caliber Sword quest. I'm sure that had to be annoying for my zombie lovers, but they noted by saying, not all bugs are created equal. Some issues will take longer to identify, replicate, fix, test, and release than others, and addressing one of the issues can often create another. Certain bugs also need to have their fix schedule for a major update down the line before they can go live, such as code fixes, while others can be done on the server side of things on the back end without having to be held until a new season or mid-season launch. They also say the team is always working to prioritize and solve issues as they are discovered. If you don't see a fix for a particular bug that you're hoping to be addressed, it doesn't mean that we're not on the case. Thanks for your patience and keep an eye on our trailer board for status updates on specific issues. Now, we peep game on Twitter because Call of Duty Updates put out a tweet and it says, we rolled out a series of updates designed to improve game performance and fluidity across the game. Do keep in mind some of these we already went over and some of these you might have missed, but feel free to pause the video and read what they say they have resolved at this time. And let me know in the comments section if you are still experiencing any of this, because I want to know. Now let's go over today's patch note. That should be some good news. Okay, for the multiplayer patch note on Thursday, December 12th, globally, underneath where it says store, it says they addressed a rare issue where players could encounter an error when attempting to add bundles to their wish list in the store. Now, me personally, I didn't go through this. Now, y'all let me know if y'all experienced this, because again, I didn't, so I don't know what they talking about in this regard, but I'm pretty sure a lot of players was affected by this. Now, moving on to multiplayer for the new modes, it does say for Ran Snack and also Infectus Holiday, they will be featured in playlists. So they will be in playlists moving forward as of today. But this is where things get really, really interesting at, is that for limited time modes, it says limited time modes will no longer count toward the win requirement for rank play. Now, this right here where it gets interesting, because now LTM will not count towards your progression to, to your wins for you to play rank play. You now have to play those base game mode for it to count now. Now, I think this might have been accidental on the Call of Duty inner side of things, but I think this was good for those who wanted to play rank and found that the LTMs with helping them get to that win progression, to those win requirements. But they went ahead and passed that on up. So LTM will no longer count towards the win requirement for you to play rank play. So just keep that in mind. Now, moving along to the general playlist update for 10v10 Mosh Pit and Hardcore 10v10 Mosh Pit. It goes on to say they added protocol, extraction, hideout, and hacienda to the map list. So that's good on that one. Now, where things really get good at is the XP earn rate. Now, this should be a W right now just because we all love XP. So let's see what they're talking about. They say they increased the XP and weapon XP earn rates in the following modes, such as domination, headquarters, kill order, and also search and destroy. Moving along, it also said they increased weapon XP earn rates in the following modes, such as team deathmatch, kill confirm, and also control. They also, for prop hunt, they also increased the XP earn rates as well. Now, I do believe this is a huge W for us as a COD community, because we need that XP so we can go ahead and max out these weapons quickly, though, because we already know this has been taking way too long for us to max out our weapons. We already know it's a lot of people that's golded and they already done with their camo grind and also max leveling their weapons. But no, for everybody else who got that 9 to 5, hey, it's gonna help you out across the board. So big W on that one. Okay, now moving along to zombies for the maps. For Citadel de Mort, it addressed an issue where players could unintentionally become invulnerable after using the Rampart cannon. So they addressed that. That's good on their end. It also goes on to say they addressed the issue where players could potentially get stuck after being grabbed by the amalgam in certain cases. Now, for the UI for Mary Mayhem, they said the progress bar animation now plays correctly when going beyond the 4th reward. So big W on that one. I think a lot of things that was happening, or the thing that was happening, is that players wasn't seeing that progression once they hit that 4th reward. It is like it'd be at a static standstill or whatever. So they went on and addressed that. So that's a big W on their end. Okay, now for the general side, on Warzone side of things, for the adjustment in private matches, it do go on to say they adjusted the number of squads available in the view squad section during private matches. So they addressed that. That's a big W on that one. I didn't play too many private matches with anybody. When I go in there, I just be alone when I'm getting my screenshots or whatever for my thumbnails. But they addressed that. So big W on that one. And no, for everybody who did experience this. So good job on them. Now moving along for the maps. For the adjustment, now this is what things are really, really good at that I'm pretty sure a lot of the COD community will be happy, especially you Resurgence players for sure. Now for Area 99, for the lighting, it goes on to say they reduced the vignetting effect when outside of the circle, which that was annoying. That, nobody liked that, right? That vignette, it just make things look dark, dull, no energy within that. So they fixed that, that's great. It also says, to clarify, this is the distorted / blurring effect players see on the edges of their screen. So again, vignetting is, if you see where my mouse is at, everything that's gonna be on the outside of your screen, it gets real dark. No one liked that. They'll address that, so big W. And for Rebirth Island, which I knew this, and once they dropped Rebirth Island for the integration of Black Ops 6 with Warzone, this was annoying. I did not like the lighting for Rebirth Island. So for Rebirth Island, it says shortly after the update, the map will set to daytime only. So it will no longer be any of the different day themes, you know what I'm saying, from like the sun setting or it being too dark and things like that. It would now only have daytime only, which is a huge W. Y'all let me know in the comment section right now, are you happy that they went ahead and made Rebirth Island this daytime only and got rid of all the other stuff that we did not need? So big W, thank you so much, Call of Duty, on that part. Now moving along for rank play, for the adjustment for restrictions, the tracker perk has been disabled in rank play while they investigate an issue. I'm not too for sure on what was happening in regards to the tracker perk, but y'all let me know, whoever played rank, what kind of issues y'all were having with the tracker perk, because I do not know, so y'all put me on game in this regard. Now for the bug fixes, which it does list a few of these down here, it said it fixed the issue that would interrupt players while attempting to replace the armor plates. Also, they fixed the collision issue with various elements across Urkistan, allowing players to exploit, peek, and shoot through them as well. They also fixed the issue when creating a solos match in the private match tab. They also fixed the issue with the Weaver's Repairman. Now, this was something that I made in a video or addressed in the video with the repairman skin was you can be invisible. Now, I didn't buy this, but from all the complaints and things I've seen on Twitter and on YouTube, people was complaining about this repairman skin for Weaver, and you could be invisible. And the thing was really, really crazy. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like one of the weapons that when you ADS, it was off target. So they went on and addressed that. And it also says, so it properly displays at farther distances. So you'll be able to see this skin now. So big W on that, because we hate those skins that you can't see. It just make it unplayable. But for those who purchased it, no, they didn't find like a loophole. And lastly, they said they fixed the issue where players would unintentionally teleport when exiting an LTV on certain terrain. So didn't know what was going on with that window. So y'all put me on game with that. So it's good that they went ahead and addressed all these bug fixes. Big W on them. Call of Duty is trying their best to go in the right direction. And like I mentioned earlier, they did say that it's not that they don't see what we're complaining or our frustration about. It's just that it's gonna take them time to get to those things, because they might not come right then and there. They may have to get dropped in future patches, future launches, and things like that. So big W on their end. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. Man, I think today's patch note is a step in the right direction. Like I mentioned, it's a big W for today, especially with better aiming out of its way, things that got repaired. Also, Rebirth Island and Area 99, the lighting has improved. You know, the XP for like anything that's multiplayer related, from domination, team deathmatch, and things like that. So the XP on that's a big W on that one. Also, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think is a W in today's patch notes. Leave a comment down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated to have you be a part of this community, and also for you to stay up to date with all things related to Call of Duty content. And remember to eat good and sleep good. One love.